Now we invite you to join us for some remarks by one of our distinguished guest speakers, the Ambassador of Ukraine, His Excellency, Mr. Sergiy Korsunsky. The Ambassador will share with us his views on Yokohama's advantages and how the IT industry in Ukraine can help support the country's economic recovery. Alex Japan will also deliver a presentation on behalf of the Ukraine IT company, Elex. I would now like to welcome Ambassador Korsunsky to the stage. Your Excellency, welcome. And the floor is yours.
皆様、こんにちは. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am very glad to have this opportunity to address this important conference. I cannot promise to be that entertained like my predecessor, but I do wish to say a couple of words. As we meet today in this modern hall, in this beautiful city, it is difficult to imagine what 100 years ago, on September 1st, 1923, a terrible Kanto earthquake of unimaginable scale hit Tokyo and Yokohama. This disaster and fire that erupted as a result of the earthquake completely destroyed one of the biggest megapolis in the world. I happened to see a very rare 20-minute documentary movie filmed at that time. Devastations were severe, as well as death toll was very high. Actually, both cities, Yokohama first of all, were completely destroyed by fire. It was quite a story of restoration and reconstruction efforts after Kanto earthquake, and then again after the Second World War, resulted in drastic transformation of Tokyo and Yokohama. Now here it's difficult to believe that it was actually empty space after those two terrible disasters. And yet, in 2017, the World Intellectual Property Organization had recognized Tokyo-Yokohama Science and Technology Cluster as one of the 5 biggest in the world. 2 more are in China, 1 in Republic of Korea, and 1 is in California, United States, Silicon Valley. 5 years ago, Tokyo-Yokohama Innovation Cluster has beaten Silicon Valley for the first time. And since then, it keeps to be number 1 in the world. Mitsubishi Electric made the biggest contribution to its success 5 years ago. Innovation centers like this one, where we are now, play a key role in modern development, and startup culture is an effective tool that moves the economy forward, creates new reality, builds future. Economy of any country, its resilience, its ability to cope with challenges, whether we talk about security, employment, improvement of services or protection of environment, depends today on innovations. It is important to have places where future is being born. Yokohama is definitely one of them. As Ambassador of Ukraine, I would like to express my gratitude to the city and people of Yokohama for many years of friendship with the city of Odessa. During wartime, different assistance projects were realized to help Odessa to survive endless Russian attacks on the port facilities, infrastructure, and even historical center of Odessa. But Odessa is not just a recipient of assistance. The city has huge intellectual potential in the IT, including the famous Rakuten company, Japanese company, has office in Odessa, among many others. Odessa potential includes medicine, health-related studies, agriculture, and marine-related research. I am sure that after our victory, we must explore opportunities for cooperation in this areas. And I would like to recognize as well now a group of Ukrainian high school children. They're here present. That's among other projects with Yokohama. That's a project of support from Japanese high school to invite students in art to Yokohama to share their experience with Japanese counterparts. As well, in this regard, I would like to mention that on February 19, 2024, in Tokyo, there will be a Ukraine-Japan Reconstruction Conference with biggest ever participation of the Ukrainian companies. We expect the visit of Prime Minister of Ukraine and in-depth discussion about opportunities our cooperation can bring both to Japan and Ukraine. We would like to see city planning, infrastructure building, joint production of heavy machinery, biotechnology applications to agricultural production, among other priorities. I would like to invite business from Yokohama to participate in this important event. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, and Keidenren are three pillars who support this conference from Japanese side. We do have already a good experience in bringing Ukrainian IT companies to Japan. Recently, 11 companies participated in CTEC exhibition, and one Ukrainian startup has received a semi-grant award. This startup developed a very interesting device to monitor heart activity in real time. Those people who suffer from heart disease, they know what is Haltech technology, so you have to wear for 24 hours a special device in your heart, then you give it to doctor, then they use computer to read. In our case, this device is very simple, very nice, it's like Apple made, and it reads data in real time and you can see it on your computer. So it was very well accepted in this exhibition. Among those companies who participated, there was Alex, the biggest Ukrainian IT company. Actually, it's not even, we can say, Ukrainian, because they have offices in Europe and the United States and many other countries. And 2 years ago, they opened office in Tokyo. I would like to say that IT industry in Ukraine is demonstrated amazing resilience during the war. It was very important for us because, as you may imagine, the war is not just physical, it's in cyber universe as well. And how you manage your communication lines, how you manage your IT infrastructure, means financial sector, management of nuclear plants and other industries is very important during the war. Ukraine survived it, and we still maintain very high level of cyber defense. And this is one of the achievements we are very proud of. And we share, again, a week ago I was able to share this experience in Code Blue Conference in Tokyo. This is extremely important area of cooperation. But again, I would like to thank you for this opportunity, and now I would like to invite Orisia Girna. She's Ukrainian and she represents Alex here in Tokyo, and she will give you an understanding how we can work in this IT sector together. Thank you very much for your attention. Orisia, please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. It's a huge honor for me to stand here before you and a huge responsibility to speak on behalf of all Ukrainian IT. But before I do that, let me introduce myself. I know all these presentations can be tiring, so I will take you on a little trip. So we first meet Ukrainian IT companies visited in Ukraine, and then we make 3 little stops in all over the world, and I will share the real examples of the projects that we did and how everyone can relate to the things that we develop. But again, before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Orisa. It's a very Ukrainian name, so it's almost impossible to properly say in any language except Ukrainian, so don't even bother. I work in Japan. I'm Ukrainian, but I work here in Japan for 1.5 years, and I represent a company, as you see, called Alex Japan, which is really the Japanese representative office for the Ukrainian company called Alex. Before, again, I start my presentation, I want to share all the gratitude to everyone who support Ukraine everywhere in the world. I know we have a lot of people from all over the world here, and thank you really very much on behalf of all Ukrainian people. We feel your support every day, and especially here in Japan, so really thank you very much. So now a few words about Alex, and then about services we provide. We do it a little bit differently than maybe you are used to it here in Japan, so I will tell a few words about that, and then we will continue our trip. At Alex, we call ourselves a technological partner. We do digital solutions. And what does that really mean, a digital solution? So in simple terms, we can say that every problem can be solved with the proper software. So we communicate with our clients. We sometimes communicate about their existing issues, maybe some needs they have in their business processes. Sometimes they want to incorporate new technology into their businesses. Let's say now it's a generative AI. So we sit together with them and we define what kind of solution can be tailored for their specific needs. And that's why it's a solution. And then we develop this kind of software for them. And this is a really huge variety of the software that we can provide. We work for 32 years on the market. We established in Ukraine, in a city called Lviv. Here you have a few numbers. We have offices in we have 19 offices all over the world. There are not 19 countries, but we moved our headquarters from Lviv, Ukraine to Tallinn, Estonia when the war started due to legal precautions. Most of the development are done in the Eastern Europe, which is Ukraine and Poland and Croatia, which is consists of people who were relocated before the war or women basically during the war. So we have 2,300 people, 2,000 out of which are really working and 300 of which are sales as me. In Japan, we have our office for 2 years. Basically, it's a joint venture with two huge corporations here, DNP and RI. We can look at it as a buffer, let's say, between Japanese market and Alex, Ukrainian Alex. As you can say, there is language barrier, there is time difference. We have 7 hours right now. There are huge difference in cultural perception of, let's say, quality. Sometimes we struggle with understanding what's the quality for Japanese people and for Ukrainian people. We care about quality a lot, but still it's sometimes it's a different things. So we have this office here in Japan. We have Japanese people who speak proper Japanese here in Japan. And we basically, the clients, they work via that Alex Japan legally and financially, and then all the work is done by Alex in Europe and in Ukraine. In terms of capabilities and services, so as I mentioned, we do the solution kind of thing. So we don't basically like to do a small kind of fixes or something, but we can do that definitely. So we can say, and there are a lot of text on the slide, but we can say it's a huge three sections of a solution we can do. Typically, we start with a kind of advisory, which is shaping the solution itself. Sometimes it's a service design or product design. Let's say you want a mobile application, you want your customer to be more like user-friendly, like more used to your business, right? Maybe you didn't have this application before, and you don't really know how it should look like, or like what's the functionality should be. So we help build that understanding on this product and service design workshops. We can work with cybersecurity as well. Let's say you understand that you have issues there, but you don't know where exactly. So we can consult you on that and do some kind of audit. As you can see, sustainability consulting as well is a huge topic here in Japan and all over the world, actually. So we can sit with you. We have our own products to like incorporate into your business and can help you with that as well. Then if you are ready with your solution, we can move to the development, and it can be the huge application or a POC, which is a smaller version and like first version of the product, or we can join your team at the end of the process, which is like support or quality assurance. This is the list of industry we would like to work with. Most of the numbers you can see are from the worldwide situation at Alex. So we work in insurance, financial services mostly. But here in Japan, the situation is a little bit different. We have a lot of manufacturing kind of clients. So like in Japan, the situation is different, but basically like these are the areas where we feel we have the most experience, and we can share the best cases with you there. This part is really different than you're used to in Japan. So what we are understanding here, that all Japanese companies, they're built as a separate standalone departments, and typically those departments don't really communicate between each other, and you can feel it like as a separate company within a bigger company. But at Alex, we have this thing is called a Center of Excellence, which means that we gather our technical, basically all resources in these groups of roles, offices, like quality assurance office, project management office, software engineering office, which means like all the project managers in our team, in our company, they work together in one group, they share their knowledge, they educate themselves, they undergo the certifications, and thus when you have the project with us, we will like handpick the team for you depending on the needs you particularly have from those offices. So not every team needs like business analyst or designer or whoever else. So we will tailor that, but they will like operate in a separate offices, which we call Center of Excellence. In terms of expertise, like I can like really say we can build anything. Maybe it's like too big words, but for 32 years we really built a lot of different applications. But we tend to go with the flow, and we see where the market gets us, right? So now like we are focused more on digital transformation, generative AI, AR, VR, like IoT, blockchain, all these kind of technology, and like more. And now like our trip continues, and I will ask you to imagine yourself in the USA somewhere on a concert of, let's say, Beyonce or Taylor Swift. And you know, these modern like concerts, they're having those stages, they move, they rotate, there's like water sometimes, fireworks, and all these like movable parts of that stage. So if you are on this kind of concert, so there is a huge possibility that this stage is built by the company called Tate. So Tate is a company operating in 30 countries, and we work with them for 16 years. During these 16 years, we built the product which is called the Tate Navigator, which is basically the software that helps operating those parts of the stage, like the light, the fireworks, and as you can imagine, it should be worked like simultaneously where the superstar is performing, so no issues can be there. So we are working for a long time with them. And next time when you're on a concert, like maybe we are the part of that concert with you. The next stop we have will be in Middle East. There is a company called Aramex, which is the biggest logistics company in the Middle East. The headquarters is in Dubai. They have the offices in 70 countries. I've seen the Japanese version of their website, but I'm not sure if they operate here in full. We also work for a long time with them since 2016. And during the first 3 months of cooperation with them, we built the team up to 50 people. And in the first 9 months, we started 17 projects simultaneously with them. And in terms of our cooperation, and we still work with them, we achieved these results that you can see, which is like 5-time cost cuts of operational costs of their business. The actual applications are like mobile applications, like the smaller, like bigger ones, a lot of them. But overall, the impact is huge, and our cooperation continues, and hopefully will continue for a long time. And the last stop we have here today is back here in Japan. And as you already saw, we have this joint venture with the company called DNP. You all know it. And like I found this information that they were founded in 1876, and I really cannot imagine like how long this company operates. We are only 32, and I'm proud of it. So DNP is our partner, but they're also our clients. And one of the projects we're doing for them is called verifiable credentials. And why I wanted to share this particular application with you, because look, we hope maybe in the future you will be using that. This is basically the mobile application which holds all your identification cards. It looks like that. So this is the screen from the presentation we have on that particular application. So this holds all your like ID cards, personal ID cards. You can use it as a student with a student card. Like basically all the wallet you have like now on the plastic, you can use it via mobile phone. And because we use the blockchain technology there, it's a secure kind of application. And now it's in a POC stage, and hopefully in the future you can use it here as well as a everyday user. And my final stop, my final slide for you today is the process, how we do it, but not like I wanted to share this process not just for the process itself, but to share that it's easy. You can start easy. You can test how to work with us really easily. So the process we build our software is through those stages, like discovery stage, which is basically, as I explained before, is a tailoring the application, like some kind of workshop where we sit together, we like brainstorm together. Then we build it in agile way, so it's iterative approach. So we build like POC, then phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. This is a little bit like difficult part for Japanese market because you are used to more waterfall kind of development. But again, like we have success stories here in the market, so you can communicate with us. We can share those best practices, and also we can come to your project whenever on every stage basically of the software development, including the support and user acceptance testing. Thank you for your time. We have the booth in the next room, so if you have any questions or just want to say hello, please come. And thank you very much for your time, and thank you for your support. It was nice being here.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Ms. Gilner. Thank you. So please give a big round of applause to Ms. Gilner and Ambassador Korsunsky.